Morning, it's Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards, and this is the card we're going to be doing today. It is a combination of several stamp sets and dies. So I'll tell you those first. I am using Special Someone, and these have dies to go with them. So I'm using the raccoon. This is you stamp the raccoon first, and I'll show you how I did it, and then this is the fill-in. And then I used this flower and the fill-in, this flower and the fill-in, and then this is in a spring mini catalog. And then these are the dies that you can purchase to go with the stamp set. And here's the raccoon and this flower, and the small flower has a die as well. Two dies actually, but I didn't use that one. So that's that one. And then I used a new celebration item. It's called Rise and Shine. And if you remember, during Christmas there was one called Cup of Cheer, or Cup of Christmas. And this was an item you can purchase during the Christmas. And I'm not sure if it's still available to purchase, but there are dies that are still available that you can purchase to cut out the cups. And it is called Cup of Cheer dies, and it is 151150. So you can find that on my website. So that's what I use this image. And these are double-sided. I don't know where my little thing went to cover that. Oh, silliness. Anyway, it'll stamp this, and then the other side stamps a solid cup. Let's get this in here. Anyway, this is what I use to stamp and cut out the cup. And then there's this, which is the steam, and I stamped on the paper. And this DSP is everything handy here. Now I don't see it. Oh, here it is. This is the 2018-2020 Designer Series paper. It's 6x6, and the color I'm using is the Pineapple Punch. And it is, there's two different designs, double-sided. This is the gingham, and the other side is kind of a diamond shape. And then there's another another pattern, double-sided pattern, but it's there's 6 sheets of each color in that packet of paper. So I stamped the flower and cut it out, and I have everything ready. And on this I also used Let's Hang Out Soon. And then I die cut that with these Sending Flowers dies that you can purchase. I used this. And then for the inside of the card, I used Beauty Abounds. Our friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things. And then I used Dandelion Wishes in this image for that, and then I put the small flower on the inside. So let's get started on this card. I'll put this up here in the corner so you can see it. And as I'm doing this, I will tell you the sizes. So this is a piece of Whisper White, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Opens this way, and I've already stamped it just to keep this video from being too long. But what I wanted to do was show you how I stamp the raccoon. The cup's pretty basic. You can use your Stamparatus or you can use just a big block. So I've done everything. So let me show you how I did the raccoon. Here's my piece of paper. So I took some Whisper White cardstock and my raccoon, and I used Memento Black ink. Inked him up, and I might have to stand up so I can get this straight. And I just stamped him on a piece of cardstock. Just like that. And I use my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath because these are photopolymer stamps. That looks really good. Then I took the fill-in and I used Smoky Slate for this. So let me stand up so I can show you how I did this. You just line him up in here, it's like so. Kind of line up his eyes. I tried it with a darker gray and it was too dark, so that looks really good. So there's the raccoon. And then I took the dies and cut him out. And then let me show you how I did the flower so all of our stamping will be done. There's something on there. I used Cocoa Rose and Granny Apple Green. I like this a little bit too close. There. Well, the first thing I did with this, turn this, is I took this image and I used the corner of the stamp pad to get the stem. Now you could use your Stampin' Right markers, but I found that I got a better coverage with the stamp pad. Then I took the Rococo Rose and kind of did the same thing. I'm using the corner of the stamp pad to just get the petals of the flower without getting any on the green. Just like so. Then I stamped that flower. Oops, that one didn't turn out very good, so we'll do it again. You gotta make sure you get full coverage on that. That looks a lot better. So get the stem and stamp it again. That looks a lot better. Yes. And once you do that, then you take the fill-in part, a piece of scratch paper, because I'm going to stamp off. So then you take this, stamp off, and then you kind of line it up. This petal right here has a little bump, so you kind of line it up with that. And there's your flower. And then I die cut it out with the die cut. Okay, then I took my sentiment and I stamped it right here and die cut it out with that die cut that I showed you earlier, which is this one right here. I discovered that this one fit the best because the cutting part is wider, so I had plenty of room to cut it out. So that's the stamping. let me stamp the envelope because I stamped a large flower on the envelope, so we'll get that done while we have this out. Should have just stamped on that. That's okay. So I'm going to take pink, the Rococo Rose first, and stamp, get the ink on it. Make sure you get full coverage. And I'm going to take the green, the Granny Apple Green, and get ink on the stem. And then we're going to stamp it right here on the envelope, just like so. And you do the small one the same way as I did this one. It's identical, it's just smaller. So let's get pink, the Rococo Rose. Stamp off. Find the bump. It's pretty easy to line this up. Once you find the petal that has the little bump, lines up with this. And that's the envelope. So put these away. Now we can assemble our card. I'll show you how I did the ribbon. I'll set that aside and pull this one in. And these are all our pieces. So set our envelope aside. Okay, this is Highland Heather, and it is 4 by 5 1/4. This is the Pineapple Punch Designer Series paper. It is 3 by 3 7/8. And I glued that basically to the center of this piece of card stock. And I don't want to glue the card stock, the Highland Heather, to the card base yet, because we're going to put some ribbon on there. So I'll take that, get that centered. There's a little bit of margin on each side, here and here, and just kind of get it basically centered on there. You can eyeball it. Okay. Now we're going to get our dimensionals, and we need dimensionals on the cup, on the raccoon, and on our sentiment, and then one on the flower. Okay, so I think I used mini dimensionals on the handle, but you can certainly use the edges of your dimensionals. And I'm going to put one in the center because I don't want my cup collapsing. I put 3 on my raccoon. And I put 3 on my sentiment. And then I took some mini dimensionals, handy here, and I put a mini dimensional on this handle. I think I put a large one on the flower, just like that. Okay, now we need this and our smoky slate. And we're going to decide where to put our steam. We can put our raccoon on. He's going to be right here. Got to leave room for that flower on there. So then I just took my smoky slate and put my steam on the Pineapple Punch piece. like so. And I put my cup on there. And I'm going to show you how I do the ribbon, because I want it tucked under. Under the cardstock. So we'll put our cup on here. Just like so, not too close to the edge. Down a little farther. Oops. Just like that. Okay. We can put our sentiment on. And I just centered this right here at the top. Get it straight, just like so. And then I took the flower and I put glue right here because I don't want it lifting up. Doesn't need very much. And then I made it look like he was holding it in his little paws without covering up his eyes. Okay. And then I took the ribbon and tied it around a bottle that I have. And you can adjust your loops however big you want them. Took my scissors, held onto it, went like this, and just cut. And then I took some glue dots. These are from a paper pumpkin. And I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of the bow so it stays in place. Turn over. Glue dot. And right straight. And then we're going to put it right here. Try and find center if you can. And stick that down. Then we're going to take a couple pieces of tape. Doesn't take much. And we're going to tape this to the back of the card so it stays in place for us. Just like so. Okay. Like so. Tape it. Okay, then we're going to take our card base and we're going to glue this to the card base. And I stamped the inside of the card because if I messed it up, I can always flip it over. So I try to stamp the inside before I glue the card all together. So we're just going to center this on our card base with an even border all the way around. Just like so. And then I took some rhinestones because I wanted to add some bling to my card. I put one in the center of the flower here, and then I put one over here, and then one on the cup. Looks like that one moved. I want it on the flower. I don't know why that one came off. Lost its sticky maybe. Gotta keep an eye on those because if they come off, you'll have to put a new one on. And that's your card for today. You'll have to tell me what you think of the design. I really like these little critters. They're just so adorable. special someone. I want to let you know that during the rest of celebration, the month of March through the end of March 31st, for anyone that orders $50 or more on my website, I will send you a packet of the Rhinestone Basic Jewels just for ordering from me. You can go to my website, elainedotson.stampinup.net, and I want to let you know this is the best time to sign up for being a demonstrator. There's, starting today, there's new celebration items that you can get for free if you are interested. There's the Flowering Foils paper with a $50 purchase. So you order $50 from me, not only will I send you the rhinestones, but you'll get a packet of paper, or $100 purchase and you get this set of mugs that I would just used here. Or there's a well-dressed stamp set, and then there's some So Very Vellum specialty designer series paper, and a Tags in Bloom. This is a $100 purchase. And the only thing that I know for sure that has been sold out are the metallic baker's twine sequins and the kerchief card kit. I don't know about the others yet. I haven't heard. I just know those two items have been sold out, because these are while supplies last. So you have a blessed day. Have fun stamping. Please like my video if you like it. Subscribe. And I'll be back on Wednesday, or on Friday, with another card creation for you. You have a blessed day, and thank you so much for watching.